Distractions are a normal part of the game, but it's how we choose to focus that's important. And remember that this focus is in our control. So here are some tips that you can use so that you can enhance your focus and maintain it throughout the match. First, recognize what is a distraction and what is not a distraction. To understand this, anything that is important to us, anything that is helpful to us, that helps us play better, perform better, is not a distraction. That's what's important. But anything that takes us away from the game, that impairs our performance, or that is not helpful, is a distraction. So, crowds, ranks, scoreboard, all of these aspects are distractions. So, we need to recognize and filter what is a distraction and what is important. The score is a distraction. The scoreboard is probably the biggest distractor that we have. So it's important not to think about results, not to think about the scoreboard, because remember, the scoreboard is outside the actual playing arena. It doesn't go with us when we are running that race. It's something that happens in the future. It's something that happens outside. So remember not to get distracted by the score. Instead, focus on your own technique, on your own skill. Next is to be in the present moment. So don't get lost in the past or the future. Don't think results that will happen later. Don't think of what happened the last time. Instead, stick to this very moment. Don't even think of what's going to happen 3 points later, because that does not matter. Focus on where you are. The only thing that matters is this ball in front of you, and that's what needs to count. In the same aspect, focus on one single point. Remember that it's difficult to focus on too many things at the same time. So whether you choose to focus on your breathing, whether you choose to focus on a particular sound, whether you choose to focus on a single point on this ball, you get to choose what you want to focus on. And remember that focus is flexible. It's something that we can move from one thing to the other depending on what's important. So let's say you've missed a shot. Rather than getting stuck in what happened and the mistakes of that, you can actually shift away from that, shift your focus back to the present. You can shift your focus from the sounds of your breath to the grip that you have to what's happening in your environment. Flexible focus in your control. So remember to focus on things that you can control rather than focusing on things that are not in your control. Your skill, your speed, your technique is in your control. What other people do is not. Distractions often take the form of our own thoughts. We don't recognize that these doubts and these thoughts that we have often distract us. They again take us into the past and the future, take away from the game. So practice learning to ignore these thoughts. This is something you can probably start doing before your match as well, in the weeks and months leading up to your tournament, where you take a few moments where you learn to just watch your thoughts as they come and go without getting involved in them, without trying too hard to sort them out.